JR didn't get it. So either JR is not the right guy or I'm not telling my story right. So, and I need to ask him that if he doesn't get it. Maybe he just didn't bump into the right people because other things were getting in his way. It could be coming, but you need to make sure that you have goals for each other, and you need to make sure that you have agreements, and the key performance indicators are, I would like to have this much business for Jonathan in the next 12 months, or I would like to be able to give Jonathan the opportunity to do this in the next 5 months. Or Gary would like to meet these people, so I would like to introduce him to those people. And the best thing about when you're choosing your primary planets is that they're going to be people that you like. They're going to be people that you enjoy being around, so you're going to have fun. Because when JR and I go out and Jen and JR come over for dinner, we have fun. I mean, I think we have fun. I probably had a couple too many beers, but I think we have fun. So it's not just about the business. And you guys all know this. Is Daz, when we talk about the clients that you've had for a long time, Darren, it's most of them are friends, right? When we go golfing, the guys say, "Why do you do business with Darren?" He goes, "Well, he's my friend." Isn't he a good accountant? Well, yeah, but he's a good friend. No, they actually say that. Yeah, sorry about that. Sorry. So it's working. The entire thing is you need to have fun, and this is where segmenting your clients as much as segmenting the people that you refer to is very important. Because when you're passing, if you can't pass somebody your A client, why are you passing them anybody? If you can't pass them your top clients, and you're passing them along something, is it because they're a Toyota dealership and your A clients are only Mercedes dealership type people? You need to ask why you're passing anything anyways. Are you hoping to get some referrals back later? Are you throwing referrals out into the karma universe to hope that you get some back? So you need to make sure you're doing that, but having fun is the big thing. And you create wealth. And in the very beginning of it, wealth is not just about money. Wealth, whether it's my financial advisory business, any other businesses that I deal with, wealth is about what the money can afford you in opportunities. So it's how much do you need to take that trip to Cinque Terre with 5 kids and everything else that you're taking, or the full family for your 50th wedding anniversary, whatever else it is. What opportunity is that money going to buy? And is that important enough to you to take the time to scale things back? We're coming into December now, so you're coming into, some people, if you're in the restaurant industry or anything else like that, everything's ramping up. You're coming into January for Adrian and Darren. Accountancy's going to blow up in January because you got to still make sure everybody's done their tax filings, everything else. But you're coming into this time when there's a lull. This is a good time, and I talk about this in one of the chapters, to lock yourself in a room with a headset on, or however you find your flow, and that's where it comes from the book. Flow is figure out how you can write everything down. The reason why this sheet's so big is because you need to have a big space. If you limit yourself when you're brainstorming about where you want to be, how you want to be there, then if you limit your page space, you're going to limit your thought process. And some people will fly through lots of different pages, but I think once you fly through lots of different pages, you lose things that are on the front page. So having a bigger piece of paper or a whiteboard. I love whiteboards. I've got 7 whiteboards. I've got whiteboards in the kids' rooms. I've got 4 whiteboards in my office. I've got everywhere because I write something on the board because that's a goal and I know where it is, and if that goal changes, I move it. So that creating wealth is all about making sure that you can afford the things that you want to be able to pay for or do, whether that's doing scouts or doing school governor stuff, whether that's spending time with the kids or more time in the new tea shop, whatever else it is. That's wealth. Wealth for me, I'm a financial advisor, so I love money wealth because that's how I make money. But I love the ability to be able to tell somebody, you know what, Rachel, you can retire 2 years earlier because you did the stuff you were supposed to. Unless you've changed to now going from a Mini to now wanting your DeLorean, because those go back in time, so you'll be able to go back and do stuff. But unless you change that, it's the things that you can afford that you want to buy, the opportunity that you can afford. So, and guess what? It's the book launch. So one of the things that I need your help with is to tell people about this. They're very simple thoughts. They're very simple processes. I put them all together, and my passion is helping people, saving them time, and creating wealth. And that's what I really do. So I talk about wealth and wealth management, but wealth for me is my friends being able to say, you know what, Gary, let's bunk off work today and let's go golf. Let's go to Walmley and golf. And not have to worry about calling the boss, not having to worry about, is this client going to call me? Not having to worry about, can we afford it? What happens if I take that day off? Will these clients not happen? So I'm really passionate about that. So there's ways, and I'll send you an email, but you can buy the book. The book is simple, straightforward. There's tools in there that you can use. You can write in the book. I've made it so that you can actually, the pages are big enough, and we've made it so that you're going to ask me questions in a minute, I'm sure, but you can write in there. I want you to write in your books, because my biggest thing is if you can make sure, if you think about your top 3 clients and your top 3 suppliers or referrers or whatever else, if you could get them in a room and teach them how to make their business stronger on both sides, your top 3 clients and your top 3 referrals or providers, and they would be in business for a very, very long time, wouldn't that make your life easier? So if they understood how to do this with their sales forces, your life becomes easier. So if you can make sure that your top 3 clients and your top 3, and this is harder to do, but I mean for a private client solicitor, because it's hard to bring dead people to a meeting, but it can be done. I don't want to be in that meeting. But it's one of those where if you can do that, you're going to prolong the longevity of your wealth, and you're going to make it so you don't have to work as hard. You're not going to have to work as much, and you're going to make as much money or as much wealth as you need to, because you already like those people and they like you because they're supplying you. So I've got BartDaltonConsulting.com. I've got reading lists. I've got tools and examples. I've got videos. I've got all sorts of stuff, and I'm trying to update on a regular basis. So my amazing American accent will be there at your disposal. You can go to Amazon to get the True Gravity book. And then sometimes, and I don't know if you're like me, sometimes I get a really good book. And that book then ends up propping up my computer screen. And then it might wedge a door open. And then guess what? It goes on my bookshelf downstairs at the office so that everybody knows how cool I am and how many books I've read. But then I don't actually crack it, or I don't actually use it. So I'm running an accelerator course, and this might not be good for the people in the room, but if you know somebody or if you run a sales force, this is somebody, and we're going to do 3 half days included in the seminar that are going to walk them through creating the story, working on the story together, then working on your primary and secondary planets, and the last one at the end of it is actually going to be a networking event. So you get to test out one of my theories, which is hunting in packs. So you're going to get to actually create your little story working together, and then you're actually going to get to try it on some live animals. Try it out on some people in the room that without looking like you're attacking people like those eagles did. You're going to get the opportunity to do that. So it's a good thing for clients. It's a good thing for anybody else that needs to sit back and go, you know what, they don't listen to me anymore. The sales team doesn't listen unless I get really mean, unless I hit them with a stick. This is the opportunity for them to be able to do this. And I don't know how many of you pay for BNI, but I just wrote, and Richard and I are working on an article called The 40,000 Pound Breakfast. Because if you look at the opportunity cost and the time spent at a lot of people that do a weekly networking breakfast, what it actually costs you in time, effort, and the effort out of the office and the focus, it costs you 40,000 pounds a year. And that's what you need to bring in net profit to be doing that on a weekly basis. But some people can do that, and some people's business barely turn over 40,000 pounds. So you need to look at that when you're doing it. But the very last thing is, thank you for coming out tonight. I'm going to take questions now, and since we're on video right now, I'm going to make sure that if you have a question for me, because I know there's lots of them, Jeremy always comes up with 1 or 2 bangers that I didn't think of that I might have to write another chapter for. But if you want to make your year better next year, buy yourself some time by sitting down and planning it out just a little bit. And if you network, if you stood up for more than 3 networking meetings in a week, revisit. Spend some time with quality people telling a quality story, and you will attract true gravity and quality wealth to your pocketbook. So, any questions? Jeremy, there's a shocker. I got Jeremy and Jude. Jude, I'll get you next. Jeremy, what's the question, sir?
My question about the primary planets. You're saying the brownie points have to have a shag